And I thought it was going to be one of these situations where you had to clear everybody. I thought it was going to be one of those things where you had to like clear the encounter for it to work, for it to say like, hey, you win. Turns out all you have to do is kill the big guy. You just have to kill the boss himself. You don't have to worry about the underlings. So once he spawns, focus all your dudes and dudettes on that one dude. And if presuming you have enough alive, you'll be fine. So I never even considered that notion. Usually for cases like this, you have to kill everything, including the big baddie. But in this particular case, it's just the big bad. Also, we got Johnson in the house. What's up, Johnson? There he goes, trying to click the thingy. Yo, Urklazar, what's up, bud?
For the first time,
Advil and Red Bull. Man, that's
accepted.
the special right there. That's the. I'm
Restless.
not gonna assume how old
Without
you
a
are,
home.
Urklazar, but I'm gonna guess you're probably
I might
around
have
my
just
age,
found it.
plus or minus. So
But
yeah,
now,
that's like
we
you know
all
you're
need
you're
to
in
fight
your
for it.
30s plus
We
or
are ready to
minus,
face the
you
Red
know,
Horde.
early to mid 30s,
Me.
maybe late 30s. That's like
And
the
my
yep,
sister.
too real, man, too real. Because you know I wake up tired and then at some point I get a headache. So like yeah, that's why I start with a Red Bull or something caffeinated, and then some point during the day, yep, my head starts hurting. Although I don't know, Urklazar, you're a pretty smart guy, so maybe your head hurts because of like too much brain activity. I have the opposite problem. I think my brain runs dry a little bit because certain synapses just don't, you know, certain segments of the brain just don't decide to fire. So I think it's more they shrivel up from atrophy than overuse. Oh man, I forgot we renamed one of our guys Spanky. I'm looking over the names and I'm like, I'm seeing all these normal names and I see Spanky and I go, seems pretty normal to me. So we are beating this game tonight for sure. For sure we're beating this thing because once again I know the strats. We know what to do. I'm gonna go and unpause. I think we said we are gonna build up a little bit more for food reserves, but I mean I think we pretty much have all that we need as far as the knowledge. I see Nutella is stuck. Can you get out of there, Nutella? There we go. But there is work to be done in range. I can't turn him
Our source of food has been
into a
depleted.
meat person, into a mushroom person, rather. I remember last time we tried building a hunter's den, and that got us nowhere. So, I think what we'll do is... So, Radochiak, you're one of our star fighters, right? I think I'll just have him be ready to go on a moment's notice. Or maybe I should build a spear thing, a spear hall. Really can't afford it, though, so it's probably not worth it. SSK stuff. No, I was happy to do so, Urklazar. If anything, I was flattered, Urklazar, because I was like, man, I'm not sure that the scrubby ass SSK, I guess yeah, it's a save state collection, or I'm not sure what the K stands for, but yeah, the like bevy of like labeled save states. I wasn't sure if those would be useful at all. Like, oh, surely other people have gotten lists of these things for other popular games, because I had one for Mario Kart 64 and Star Fox. I was like, surely, you know, in the intervening years, because it was like 2 or 3 years ago, surely in the intervening years, someone else has come along and done something much more useful than the piddly little list I put together. So the fact that mine were even remotely useful was like, no, I'm happy to help, man. I'm flattered. Went through the whole channel. I got the stuff that was submitted. That's awesome, man. To find everything that was on. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing, too. That Discord server's been around for, I mean, I don't know how many years now. At least 4 years at this point, so... No, actually, longer than that, but more like 5 or 6 at this point, so... Yeah, that's a lot to comb through. It's a lot of stuff, and of course you have older versions of the RTC itself. You have to, like, comb through links that I'm sure were dead. I'm sure the links that I originally provided probably had been removed, so I resubmitted them, of course, but... Yeah, you gotta, like, chase down old links, and I'm sure there's, like, links from people that are no longer around the server. They've probably, you know, people that have left or people that are inactive, so... It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. A lot to comb through, that's for sure. Are there any people that we need to, like, deal with sanity situations? I think what I might do is have Auto, before we go back out there, we dip back out there to fight. I think I'll probably put Auto on some mead situations. You know what? We have so much food right now, I think we're getting close to that point. Let's go ahead and put him in the meadery, get him some sanity rejuvenation for a bit. Okay, that's good. It was a fairly recent channel, yeah. the channel was built in 2020. That's good then. Oh, it's snowing. We're in winter times. And of course, by this point, we still have this one. We could still build the wolf carving. Like, can we? Can we? No, we don't have the wood for it. Well, actually, no, we do have the wood for it. Still build the wood carving. We just don't have any actual wolves to fight. Does it have to be that one person? Okay, we'll go ahead and build the wolf carving in the off chance that it actually does become helpful. So we'll have this guy go ahead and do that. In the off chance that we want to satisfy the side quest. Urklazar, what kinds of stuff you been up to other than the RTC stuff? I know the RTC is a big one. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it's a mild amount of violence happening. Nothing to be alarmed by. I know you stream from time to time. Although I haven't had a chance to catch you live in a while. In a hot minute. But yeah, I know the RTC is a big one. I figure RTC and working are pretty big. On a new big game. Well, I know there was the Mario 2, well, it wasn't just for Mario 2, but the corruption game that you made. I know that was a big one. These people are done, so I'll have them continue doing his thing. Is it something similar or is it something completely different? Also, Nutella, she is out of food to get, so she will also be in axe mode. Yeah, I think we'll soon be switching people over to military mode. And we're pretty much going to grab everybody except for the people that are completely useless in combat. Which is several of them. In fact, yeah, I think we'll just kind of onesie twosie. Turn you into a ranged person. There'll be axe. There'll be range. And Spanky, you're just going to stay right there because you can't even do fighting. Just gonna stay right where you're at. Then Celebrat. Oh, a new child is born, by the way.
A new life has been brought into the world.
We have a Spanky. How's about Slappy? Slappy to accompany Spanky. So Slappy, you're gonna also be a full-time praying person. How about with that? Yeah, Spanky's doing his thing. Slappy's helping with that. That's weird. It's clicking as if, like, she can't do it. Oh, she's already assigned to Ranger. Oh, whoops, my bad. My B. That's my B right there. Sorry about that. Sorry about the confusion. And then Hayden, you're gonna be an Axeman. Simulation RPG. With emulator feet. Really? That's cool. Rewind and save states. So it's like, it's not like you have to use... It's not like some kind of thing where you would use a third-party tool like an emulator to include, or like to use save states. You're saying like the idea of save states are going to be built into the game just as is. As I mean, there's games that have like time travel mechanics, but I've never heard of a game that has like save state and like a rewind, that kind of mechanic before. Especially not like in a literal sense. Let's go ahead and turn this person into... Oh, actually, no, he'll have to be one of these. That sounds badass, man. Rewind mechanics, but I want to rewind... the whole simulation. Right. Interesting. Yeah, so that really would come in... Yeah, so at that point, it might as well be... It is a save state in all functional senses of the word. That's very ambitious, Urklazar. That sounds really cool. I hope you're not using Unity to build it. I mean, there's a lot of unpleasant shit in the news lately about Unity. So, yeah, I hope that has not been hampering your progress at all. And that's been shitty for a lot of us. A lot of those who are into software development or game development more specifically. I think I will build indeed some kind of military structure. We need to destroy a couple things though. So what do we need for a spear hall? Probably don't need anything in particular. So I'll deconstruct this guy. Or should I give myself 1 scout? No, I don't think we need it. Dismantle that. Let's dismantle that. Keep that guy. And dismantle this guy.
Awaits your command, sire.
See how that goes. So they do that stuffs. You guys do this one. And then you guys do this one. Making it from scratch. So no game engine nonsense. You're doing this all by hand, man. Can I be extremely nosy and ask what language? I seem to recall that the RTC is built in is it C? Or C sharp? Because I know you need like pretty hardcore control over memory management. How are we doing now? We have enough to build something. Just build another axe pit. I mean, I like the idea of doing the spear hall. Need 1 more nugget of wood. Can't get rid of the temple. I guess I could just get rid of the mushroomery. The mushroomery. That would get us 25. That's enough. That's enough. Yeah. Just pillaging, man. Pillaging our own shit. Pilfering, even. Okay, so now, build a spear hall. I could use the clay to upgrade it. So we can get, like, some semi-fancy spear people. So that means it would be Celebrot. And we have 1 other non-military person. This person. Now let it be known I don't really know the difference between spears and axes, other than I guess they have better range, maybe. Going to the upgrade. That is exciting though, Urklazar. I can very much appreciate a badass pet project. Not like you have a shortage of stuff to work on. Again, I know the RTC is a big one. And managing the community, and you got the chip furnace stuff, you have your own music. You have your own music on your own Bandcamp page, so the fact that you have your fingers in so many pies is admirable, if not a little bit scary. The fact that you have the mental fortitude to handle all that is a sign that you're either a madman or a genius, or a little bit of both. Yeah, C sharp, yeah. Some right, yeah, DirectX, yeah. Could run it on command prompt or telnet. My god. My point still stands. Mad scientist, I'm telling you. Mad scientist or genius scientist. Regardless of however you're doing it. That's amazing, dude. I'm very impressed. But like I said, I know it's a lot. And again, you got the YouTube channel, you got your own Twitch channel as well. I don't know how you find the time for all this. Although I think it explains the Red Bull and Advil. I think the penny just dropped. I think I finally get it now. We have everybody selected except for Slappy, Spanky, and Cletus. The 3 dumbasses that got born to this colony. I mean, Cletus is a fully grown man, but because he was born during this mission, it means all of his skills are set to like nothing. So he's a special little flower. That's awesome, though, because I love hearing about this kind of stuff. I love hearing about like passion projects, and this sounds like a hell of a passion project. This is an RPG too. I'd be curious to know if there was like at any point if there were or if there are particular inspirations, like, oh yeah, like this style of RPG. Like if you're thinking like if it was like a Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest kind of thing.
There's a new
Wait, that was a traveling merchant, not a teacher. A pale man with bloodshot eyes. Apparently they're a vampire. Was a whisperer at one point, but he says, I'm really good at bloodlust. I can sell a special mixture to enhance the incantation. Yes, we have plenty of clay. Yeah, absolutely. Speed and draining health with the bloodlust incantation. And we got more sanity. It's all worth it. It's all worth it then. I'm kind of curious. I will double back and tickle this man's ear. We don't have any gold, though. Never mind. No more ear ticklings. The ear ticklings are canceled. Oh, snaky boys. How'd I miss that? Just a single snake by themselves. Oh, they're okay, there's more of them. There we go. Earthbound, but the combat system. Yeah. Elemental terrain system. Like, oh, Chrono Cross. Man. Yo, that's a really impressive combination of inspiration. Like, sources of inspiration. I keep saying it, man. I'm impressed. I'm beyond impressed, Reclusar. You've really got some cool shit you're doing, man. Do you ever think to yourself, like, man, I have too many hobbies, or I have too many projects, or just too much cool shit that I'm doing? Hopefully it means you're never bored.
We need more gold if we want to keep our
Hopefully it means that
military
you always got like something cool to work on, and it's like a fun thing, and it's not like a stressful thing. Every fucking day. Yep. You know, I'll say to myself, it's a good problem to have. Like, I say that to myself sometimes, like, if I feel like I'm doing too much, you know, trying to wrangle too much shit, because, yeah, there are times, oh, a loaf of regrowth. There are times, oh, I don't know if I want to, like, step through this minefield. Can I just walk around this? It's like I mostly can. We lost some sanity. Man, that's fine. I regret nothing. Looks like it was pretty evenly spread anyway. Got some more snaky boys. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to hear more about this game. I'm sure you'll post about it on your various platforms once it's ready, because I know I got you on YouTube. So once you have like demos to show, I'd love to see it, man. It's so exciting. Scroll of fighting. We could use some fighting experience. I would say let's give it to this guy. He has still more to gain, albeit very little, but still. So it's something. This game is called Gord, by the way. I haven't really been talking about it, but we're nearing the end of it. It's an interesting game, and I do like it, but I don't like it as much as I was hoping that I would. I think part of it is on me. I think because the game was first kind of advertised more or less. Actually, well, no, we have to fight these two. Because it was kind of advertised as a colony management game that has a lot of like random events. Like we saw some of them earlier. We had that one side quest come up, like random events and cool decision-making moments, and a lot of like RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress situations. But really, this game is more of a Warcraft 3 kind of game. It's more narrative. You know, you're following a story. I always like to point out how in Warcraft 3 you're following your own story, but in RimWorld and in Dwarf Fortress you're kind of creating your own story as you go. And I like that. I like that creating your own story aspect. So I was excited when this game came out. So I was like, man, I love the kind of the Eastern European vibes. I like the naturey stuff. It kind of has like a Diablo kind of feel to it in some ways. So I was like, yeah, this looks dope. But yeah, then I start playing. It's like, okay, it's more Warcraft 3 kind of vibe, which is fine. It's still a good game. Do I have everybody? By the way, I feel like my fighting force shrunk a little bit. No, that's everybody. Okay. Make sure I didn't lose anybody. Some of my guys are getting a little bit injured. I do have spells. I think I might do a little something. Try and infest. Nah, let's wait. I think I will entangle. Oh, never mind. Entangle is a single target pestilence. Let's make him sad and poisoned. I see Hayden's getting it pretty bad there. We can heal him up though. This winter, oh shit. This winter is way sooner than I was thinking. That's awesome, man. Some major scope creep. That's the dangers when it's like a pet project, you know? It's like you're not answering to someone else's budget or someone else's resources. When it's all on you, for better or for worse, it's all on you. So yeah, that is That is a lot. It's two more enemies. This winter, that's exciting, man. I'm excited, man. I'm like pumped. I would love to see you. Yeah, once you have like a demo that you're comfortable showing off, yeah, I'd be more than happy to check it out.
Our brother has been injured.
Okay, let's go ahead and skip this cutscene. We've already seen the cutscene. So now we got a couple minutes to kill. Some preparations. I see we're already almost out of food. Despite having so much food, it's just never enough. Never enough for these people.
Our brother is about to meet his end.
There's apparently like something with a health bar right here, but I can't see what it is, so I guess it's just fine. Finish the first boss and first dungeon. Yeah, once you have it at a point that you feel comfortable sharing it. Because, you know, these things, they take time. Can't rush perfection. And you know, Urklazara, I remember, I'll confess, I haven't been as up to speed on the corruption stuff as much as I would like to. It's been a couple months since I've done like a corruption stream myself or like played around with the RTC. But whenever I do check into the Discord, you know, the RTC Discord, I always see, particularly you, I will always see your posts try to like drive home the fact of like, you know, you can like post stuff here, like, you know, people can do whatever. They can like, you know, share things they think are worth sharing. But like, if you're submitting something, let's try to like submit like quality stuff that's like gonna be worth it, right? Because the corruptions, the bar for corruptions has elevated ever since 2014, 2015. You know, it's not enough for clown vomit. Now we want it like, what's something weird? Like, what's something unique that we can bring to the table? We're looking more for quality. And I take that to mean that you are a quality-minded person when it comes to the content you make, the software you make for sure, the games you're making. So that's the tricky part, though. That's the tricky part when you're a quality-minded individual and you're doing this all by yourself. That scope creep, right? It's gonna evolve. It's gonna grow more and more, and you're gonna. I'm not saying you should do this, but I would imagine you probably set a pretty high bar for yourself. So the pressure's on. Not that it should be, but I just based on that personality type, I know how these kinds of things go. Oh, spider! Do not want to fight the spider. It's not worth it. That's a fight we don't need to take, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. We don't need that kind of energy, kind of negative energy in our lives. Some music in the demo. Oh shit, a fuck ton of music. I mean, I know you've got your own music thing you got going on. You have, of course, Chip Furnace is its own thing. And that's, of course, not music that you yourself only make. No, it's something that people contribute to. But yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of your music project. Delta Roy's or something? I think I've picked up a couple of the albums on there. I didn't realize it was you at one point. I was like, who is this person? Why am I following them? And because I remember looking through my library and then seeing your social media, I was like, oh shit, it's that guy. So, yeah, if nothing else, I know you have more than the ability to handle that all yourself.
We ran out of gold.
Ran out of gold. Gonna run out of food pretty soon too. Oh, not the spider! My dumbass was just saying, no, I don't want to fight the spider. Get the fuck out of there before she poisons us all. Yeah, I do not want to fight that because she is very mean. And it's not a worthwhile fight. She just poisons you and you get nothing out of it. It's just a bummer. It's dynamic. Oh, sick. That sounds awesome. Some dynamic music segments rather. Sign my ass up. It's back here. The torch. Maybe I should just hang by the torch and like try to... Oh, I'm hearing some noises. What am I hearing? Is it more of the worms? Here come the worms.
Someone has harmed our sister.
I was actually hoping to find more of the little red thingies to heal our homies. Most of them are pretty healthy, but these things take a lot out of us. Even though there's a lot more of us this time around. Maybe not a lot more, but more capable people this time around. Look at this freaking... Look at this fucking bloodshed. My god, bloodbath. We were doing this last time because I was trying to find more of the red herbs to heal our homies. Our homies been working hard. Maybe some extra food would be nice too, but I think that's a tall order. Not just some small spiders that we haven't seen before.
Sister was wounded by a foe.
I'm seeing a few people. I see Nutella's getting a little bit low on health. Falvy's looking a little sad. Okay, we got a couple red boys. So, Falvy. I'll take that one. And then... Nutella, you'll take that one. There we go. Sanity's starting to go quite a bit, but I think we'll be okay. Of course, we're low on food, and again, the no gold thing is not helping us exactly. I'll say that goes to Nutella. And then we should be good. So let's bring them back to a source of flame. Just gonna fast travel it. Or not fast travel, but fast forward time.
To eat, sire.
60 more seconds, we can begin this final fight. I see it has extinguished. There we go. 30 seconds. So once again, I'm so confident that we're gonna actually beat this thing, because I know I got the pro strats this time. Don't worry about the horribly scary monsters. It's fine. It's totally fine. So we're gonna skip the cutscene, because again, we've already seen this before.
Remember.
And a whole bunch of fellas. We have a bonus Spanky who has joined us, despite the fact that he is incapable of combat, or getting good at combat at least. And I'm pretty sure... Let's see, back in the base. I'm still praying. I see Slappy is... Oh, did Spanky level up? Oh, Spanky and Cletus are here then. Wow, so we have even more people. Alright, so Slappy is the one person that's keeping our faith going. It's up to you and you alone, Slappy. Alright, so now we got this freaking gaggle. Alright, let's focus this one fucking dude.
Brother is being attacked.
Alright, I think I'm going to do a AoE. It's not going to be the big one. We do Pestilence again. We do Infest. Infest is pretty cool. Abyss is a really good one. I think I will Infest. It's actually a pretty small AoE. Okay, so instead we'll do Pestilence. Do one of those. I will also cast another spell to invigorate my buddies in a minute. And we're getting some sanity loss here. Not terribly surprising. And is there a group thing I can do? I guess rejuvenate. There's physical wounds and poison, but nothing that helps the brain. I could turn one person into bloodlust. Let's do that for... Do that for Otto. Turn him into a bloodlust creature. Skyla, I'm gonna have to bring Skyla back. Oh wait, did it not work? Otto. Yeah. Is that who you are? That's bloodlust. He's somewhere... I can't actually see which one he is. Oh, wait. Bojack. Cletus. There we go. On Otto. Yes, perfect. And then Skyla. I'm gonna, like, bring you back a bit because you are taking big damage. And she's a ranged person. She shouldn't be taking, like, big hits like this. don't know if it's working. I'm trying to like tell her, yo, Skyla, like get your ass back here.
Our sister has been knocked out.
Alright, well she got knocked down, not terribly surprising. While we have a minute, I'll have you revive her. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I see they're taking pot shots at us. So while you're doing that, everyone else... Get these guys. Yeah, you keep doing your thing. I'm trying to like... There we go. Trying to direct him. There we go. Let's do a restore. Actually, I think what I'll do... I'm gonna heal this one person, because this one person's getting fucked up. Yeah, just a targeted restore on... Is this auto? Yeah, that is auto. Yes. That guy's all glowy and fancy. Alright, so he's in much better shape. We're all going a little bit insane from this battle. We Gucci. And now that one lady's up, and now more are materializing. See, one person has taken a, okay, I guess they're doing their own thing, yeah. There's a whole bunch of them. So this is where I'm gonna cast the big one. Yeah, one person took a physical affliction. They are blurred. Also, there's a challenge.
Sire, our efforts might not be enough.
I think we have all this completed. Yeah, we're all good. One new subject will join the Gord. Lonan has joined, and he cannot help us. As he's way back at the base. But Lonan, you can help pray to keep our spells pumping. How's that? How's them apples? Alright, so we're gonna cast... I can't cast Rejuvenate on literally everybody, but I can get most people. I think I might actually hold off for just a little bit. Let's do the Abyss one. I can't afford God Ray? Really? Oh shit, maybe I should hold off, because God Ray is gonna be a pretty important one. Actually, I guess it's important now? I can't afford it, though. Once I can't afford it, I'm gonna go and cast that shit. See, one person got dropped. Can I help that person? Who's the person that got that? Oh, this person's getting fucked up. Oh, I see. Oh, Cletus and Spanky. Oh, okay, that's not terribly surprising. Yeah, that's Cletus. Spanky got dropped. Yeah, those are the people that we knew were gonna get dropped. Like, no question at all. She is gonna get dropped too, unfortunately. Yeah, we're pretty low on faith, but I can do this now though. Cast the God Ray. Kind of melt everyone else down. Let's go and do this now. Just fuck him up. Smelt him a little bit. It's not gonna kill all of them, but it'll weaken them real good. Alright, so now we're all clustered together. Can I... Okay, I got 1 second before I can do... Rejuvenate on all of us. Nice if I can get these two as well. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say everyone snuggle up. Gonna get nice and cozy. We're all family here. Okay, so now Rejuvenate. Make it so number 1.
My lord, Tempest arrived with more.
Alright, so Tempest is here. That means we're just gonna ignore everything else and target exclusively Tempest. Once I can. Once it'll let me target him. For some reason I can't target him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, target you.
An enemy has attacked.
Ignore everything else. Fuck this one guy. And his bullshit. Cast Abyss as well. Actually, let's wait for them all to get into range. I think... Does that get everybody? I think that should do it. What's up, Ogasso? I learned the other day after our multiple failures from Tuesday, I went back and got some knowledge, and the knowledge informed me that all you have to do is kill the big bad. You don't have to kill the underlings. So we're just going for broke, and we're just focusing all of our efforts on this one fella. And we're just letting everybody else kick the shit out of us. I mean, we're doing some damage. Doing some dammy-dams. Can I infest as well? I can infest. I can also restore one person if there's any one person who's getting their ass kicked. Skyla was getting her ass kicked, but I think she's like in a better place. Well, not really. She's kind of vulnerable right now. I say let's keep the pressure on him. I say now we go to offend with some infestation. Oh no, let's sap him. Fuck, let's sap his ass. On this one big man. There we go. So we get some good damage there. Some good dammy-dams. It looks like Hayden did get dropped. Haddon. As did Falvey. So we are losing a couple. Cletus did die. Not terribly surprising. We're fucking him up. What's something else I can do? I can infest. Entangle doesn't really work necessarily here. I can restore. Who's in the worst of shape? Probably Nutella. Is that Nutella right here? Yeah. Restore on Nutella. There we go. She's Phil's restorified. And then Skyla has been murdered. Yeah, she did kind of get killed. Well, when they say murdered, oh, because she already had a physical affliction, I think. Oh, I could maybe resurrect her. Yeah, on a friendly subject. I could maybe do that. Or I could cast... oh, could I fracture him? Oh, that'd be sick. I could just fuck him up. I think that did it. Alright, cutscene time, baby. Surprise Cletus leave. Yeah, he had a fighting skill of 1. And he had the thing where he couldn't get more experience. So he was locked permanently at fighting skill 1. Alright, so we unshackled him. He is no longer under their control, which means he can fight back against his captors. Now, we just killed him in the battle.
Be consumed by a fiery turtle, and my soul be transformed by the Lord of the Underworld into the mightiest of...
Oh, okay.
Damn fool.
I mean, he asked and you shall receive, right? She turned into a birdie. Is she getting roasted? There were some like little glitchy texture spots on his armor. That was kind of cool. Maybe not cool, but kind of silly. So we're all battle worn, slightly insane, starving, but alive. We're victorious.
He left.
I think he's after Raven. She was the one that was binding him all the time.
Do you think he understands? We helped him.
I know, I'm as disappointed as you are, Elgaso.
But that doesn't mean he's not a threat anymore. But maybe he respects us a little. The world is still far from balance. But we managed to stop any further chaos. Without its leader, and without Shmi as their weapon, the Red Horde will most likely start
stuttering a little bit
amongst themselves, and shouldn't be a problem for a while.
We still have to rebuild our Gords, though. Once the king hears about the defeat of the Red Horde, he won't hesitate to send his army into Lasatia.
Well, the three of us defeated monsters, horrors, and even a whole tribe with a half god on their side.
I don't know if I actually defeated a horror. We
I would say
struck deals with them.
let them come.
So I guess that's the thing, though. They kind of leave it up to, okay, well, there's room for a sequel or expansions, DLC, that kind of thing, if they ever chose to do so. I was secretly hoping that we would get an opportunity for that, like, very unfortunate, unlikable little fella, the little purple dude. I was hoping he would swoop in and be like, yeah, I'm here to steal the glory, and for him to get eaten by the dragon or something.
How unfortunate that the wilderness was not very kind.
Unless that's who
to
this
you,
is.
Edwin. I'm pleased you made it back, though. Someone special has followed your tracks. And apparently, the artifacts are real after all. What a shame that we already lost 2 of them. Thankfully, we now have somebody who knows how to find them. But you, my son, continue as planned and cleanse Lysatya of those primitive traitors.
Okay, so they are indeed leaving it open for a sequel. And that also means that both Lynx, the good whisperer, and Raven, the evil whisperer, are still alive. Which means Ogasa, the dream, is also alive. The wet dream. But that of course concludes Gord. It's a shame that we really didn't get a good way to level up any single colonist to be rank 5 on all skills. It's a bummer because when the game first launched, it launched with a certain in a certain state where like experience was gained at a certain steady rate, but in one of the earlier patches that they did post-launch, they significantly lowered the rate at which experience was gained. I'm guessing somewhere along the way in early playtesting or shortly after the game launched, people were over leveling too high and they had to clamp it down. And it makes me wonder if for the dare drop folks, for the admins that arranged that like designed the dares, at the level 5, if everybody gets a level 5, if that challenge, if that dare was built because they saw when the game first launched, oh wow, look how quick it is to like gain experience. This is like I think a medium or maybe even a hard grade dare. But it's still very much doable. But I think the rug must have gotten pulled out a little bit underneath us, because now seeing how slow it is to level up certain tasks, certain skills, even things like fighting, which of course for most of us, we got a lot of them are ranked up to 5, but you know, cutting and food preparation still was well below rank 5 for a lot of people, even though we were doing lots of non-military options a whole lot of the time. So that's a little bit of a bummer. So we didn't get one of the dares. The other one, I'm actually going to, the way we're going to get the other dare unlocked is you actually can't do it through the campaign. We have to do it through just the quick match, just the quick load setup. All I'm going to do is I'm going to start a match, or start like a custom scenario with only Twitch drop people, and then I'm gonna get, well, I guess only Twitch drop people and maybe a few non-Twitch drop people, intentionally get them killed and then bury them in the burial ground, and then that'll accomplish the dare drop stuff. It's a parameter to tweak in the game. Yeah. The reason I'm talking about like, oh, trying to fulfill certain challenges is because I got this game as a review copy through a service called Dare Drop. And Dare Drop is one of these things where if you're a streamer and you have a viewership of, 5 or 10 or, some amount, then you get a review copy for a game, but in return, you sign up for these dares or like meta achievements where you try to accomplish certain tasks that they give you, that they have you do. And if you accomplish them, you get extra keys you can then give out to your audience, to people that are watching. So the 2 I'd signed up for, there's one which is to get one person ranked 5 on all skills, and then the other one involves this Twitch drop sequence, which happened when the game first launched. And I already got a number of those Twitch drops, but it means that for the first one, though, since we went through the whole campaign, we really didn't get an opportunity to get one person leveled up all the way. That being said, I did see somebody in the Discord server say something about how if you find one of the traveling teachers early on, just sit in that mission and just like spin your wheels until you have enough resources where you can just like feed them all the gold to level up one person. That's like a quick way to do it. It's an easy way to do it, but it's not exactly quick because you have to like grind for a little bit. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do all that because I don't want to have to do that on stream. It's too much of a time sink. It's just not worth it necessarily. But getting the progression right, yeah, for an RPG that makes perfect sense. And since you're making an RPG, Glizar, yeah, I bet that's something that's on your mind right now. Just do what Breath of the Wild did. Enemies drop weapons, weapons break, yeah. And like slowly over time, enemies have cooler weapons, probably. I'm guessing obviously it's up to you, but like, yeah, I'm guessing if like inherently enemies, say there's like an enemy that has like a toughness of 1 and they have a weapon of 1, but like, yeah, you might still get an enemy that has like a toughness of 1 but a weapon skill or a weapon goodness of 3. Well, yeah, if the player eventually has a bunch of those 3 weapon goodness items in their inventory, then yeah, maybe we'll spawn less of the enemy toughness ones and throw some 2s and some 4s and have that kind of like slowly inchworm up. Because I think that's more or less how Breath of the Wild does it, where it's like, maybe it's based on the area, but my interpretation is that it looked like it was based on what do you have at the moment. But you can repair the weapons. Oh, you can teach. Oh, interesting. Like certain abilities for certain weapons. Man, very interesting. It's a lot of interlocking systems, which I'm sure it takes some tweakage. I imagine you probably had to like write a whole bunch of this out, like or type it out, or like not in code, but like at a very high level before it was time to start cracking away. 'Cause yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of number crunching. It's also worth mentioning this game. A lot of people made this game, and I think it's I want to say Polish, maybe some kind of Eastern European country developer, but I want to say it's a Polish developer. Which would explain a lot of the like the letters, like the I with a little like dash through it, little like just accent mark through it. Of course, you get this, yeah, the Z with the dot, the O with the little accent mark. I'm sure there's words for these things, but letters that are outside the, you know, what I'm used to. Yeah, there's the E with a little squiggle underneath it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the L, that L right there. It's got a little like hyphen or like a little diagonal line through it. And the Chronicle, which is something that I didn't really pay too much attention to. We listened to a few of them, but they're actually quite long. And yeah, after a certain point, I'd be like, I don't know if I'm gonna like listen to any more of these. But we got a good number of them. I'm actually kind of curious to see how many we got total. I think there's so many in each mission, or in each scenario, I suppose. So like, if you wanted to, you could probably like scan the whole map and get all of them. But I'm not really looking for a completionist run myself. No, I mean, I wonder if it's for certain cutscenes where certain music had vocals, because I'm trying to think, like, I don't know if I remember like hearing choirs necessarily. Usually it's more kind of atmospheric stuff like this. What's up, Street Halo? Check out the credit names. The names are pretty cool. No, I would embarrass myself if I were to try to pronounce them, like this here. Alexander. Ooh, but what do you think that is? What? Worcestershire? Worcestershire? Worcestershire sauce? I'm not sure. Yeah, some of these are a little bit rough. Something's a little bit, I shouldn't say rough, but tough for me at least, for my Yankee ass. And then you got this one, Dave Wood. I don't know how to pronounce that one. It's so hard. Actually, these are probably more American names, since that's Team 17, which I think is based out of the United States, or at least North America. I could be wrong, though. But that, of course, is the conclusion of the scenario for Gord. We're going to do a little bit more of this game so I can fulfill the one dare that we are completing for this game. And I already have the raffle tickets available to redeem. It's going to be a key for I think it's called The Unliving, which is a game I've never heard of. But I think I checked it out on Steam, and I think it's gotten pretty good reviews. And if it's the game I think it is, then I think the overall design for it kind of caught my eye, the kind of the look and feel of the game. But it's a game I've never played. But the raffle tickets for The Unliving are open for redemption. I think we've had 3 or 4 people go ahead and snag a few tickets for it. So it's 500 channel points as always, and we'll do the giveaway for that game at the end of this stream. What's up, Rossi? They're British, okay. I mean, that same thing, right? Same thing. It's just small ocean separates them. Small details. The map editor for displaying adjacent areas. Oh, adjacent areas to the current one when you're designing one. Oh, okay. Some unbelievable 3D stuff rendered in text. Unbelievable 3D stuff rendered in text. Man, I can only imagine what that's going to entail. Unbelievable 3D stuff. You don't mean like just describing it via text. You mean, yeah, rendering it. Interesting, yeah. Man, I'm so curious. I'm so curious what this is gonna be. Yeah, once you have like a demo or even just screenshots of like just stuff behind the scenes. Based in now, Irasi, you can talk shit on me for this, for my Yankee ass mispronouncing in this. Is it Yorkshire? It's not Yorkshire. It's like, is it something like Yorkshire? Trying to think like how I'm trying to go against my Americanisms and think, okay, how would a British person pronounce that? Oh, I got it. Score. All those hours playing GeoGuessr. Used to know one of the OG devs who made Worms. Yo, that's cool as hell, man. Yeah, Yorkshire's where you grew up. That's awesome, man. That's cool as hell. Used to know one of the OG Worms guys or gals. That's awesome. Like, we talking original Worms? Because it's original Worms is not... That's an old game. But, you know, I haven't played a Worms game in a really long time. That might be, like, a fun thing to just fuck around with. Especially if we could do, like, a multiplayer thing. Because that's one of the nice things about Worms, especially the more modern games. Some of them can be quite large and involve a lot of different characters, a lot of players in the game. So, like, that'd be kind of cool as a little multiplayer thing. My overall impression of this game, though, I mean, I've already said it a number of times, so apologies to those who've already been here and you've heard me offer my opinions. The game is solid. The game is solid. It is an inferior Warcraft 3. I like Warcraft 3 a lot. There's a lot of mechanics in this game that I think just didn't quite make the cut. Like, in Warcraft 3, you can create new peons with, like, the castle, like, you know, the main keep structure. You can create peons, and those peons are what's used to build stuff. In this game, you can't just create new people. You can birth them slowly over time, but when you birth them slowly over time, they default to rank 1, and there's just no way to get them good, because they stay at rank 1 forever. Even if you, like, from the time they're a child to the time they're an adult, you, like, give them a task, it still takes them forever to level up their tasks. You're just better abandoning them after the mission ends and picking up somebody who was already, like, experienced for the next scenario. So the idea, I like what they were going for, where it's like it's a more organic kind of like generational idea of creating subjects for your colony. But the ones you create organically via them being born just cannot keep up with the skills you need because leveling is so slow in this game. And of course there's the totems that help with leveling. You know, they give you little bonuses, percentages to leveling experiences. But the problem is that those totems are usually hidden very deep in the wilderness. And usually if you're exploring that deep, you're doing some kind of military exploration. So if you got the military guy checking a totem, he gives you a bonus to cutting. Well, that's cool, but it's going to take 10 minutes to get back. Maybe not 10 minutes. We'll say 2-3 minutes to get back to the Gord. Another 60 seconds or so to switch his jobs. And then if I set him on cutting, he maybe has 5 minutes before the thing expires. Because it's about 10 minutes for a month in this game. So I think that's how it works. So it's not really worth it to utilize the percentage bonuses that the totems give you. So just like little things like that where it's like, I feel like at some point maybe this functioned differently, or maybe the metrics were different. Again, there was the leveling thing which they kind of kneecapped a bit near the end, or after the game had come out. So maybe the balancing was different. But there's just little moments like that where it's like, it just doesn't quite make sense from a overall perspective of what they were going for here. I think the combat was fine. I like how the spell casting worked. And I like the overall story. It was just kind of okay, but I like the vibe. I like the aesthetic. I like the look and kind of spooky wilderness feel. I like the haunted woods and like swamps. I like that kind of shit. Because it reminds me of Diablo, and I love me some Diablo shit right there. First 3 Worms games. Lucrative mobile market. You know what? Yeah, that's how it goes for a lot of devs, a lot of game devs. Is mobile market is where the money's at. Mobile and free to play. He was a co-founder of Team 17. Wow, that's incredible. That's awesome, Irasi. It's so cool that you have a personal connection with this person. I hope they're doing well. You know, I hope they're doing well, but yeah, Team 17, yeah, they are the Worms people. That's fantastic. He's involved with the first 3 games. I don't think if I have other, like, thoughts on the game. And again, we're not quite done with it. We have just one, like, little extra bonus challenge to do. But, I overall liked it. If I were forced to give a number, I'd say 6 out of 10. You heard me say, like, there were some quality of life things I didn't like. I didn't like how when you clicked on a person, you couldn't also see the map. So it made, like, jumping to and from, selecting people, and directing them on another point in the map a little bit arduous. But just those are things that could be patchable. Some bugs, of course. I think 2 crashes, which is not... It's not great, but it's not the worstliest. There's the Twitch drop people, so yeah. So the ones I was able to get were Total X Clips, Strippin', and Yui, I think. I think there was the 3 I was able to get. I actually will confess, I don't follow any of these streamers, but I think it's cool that they picked a bunch of streamers who play these kinds of games and did this Twitch drop thing. I think it's cool that the developer for this game kind of did that. I think it's neat. So I like when devs do that kind of stuff. Some kind of way to say, okay, we want to market this game, and of course that's what it boils down to. It's marketing, but like reaching out to individuals that have a lot of pull, because those are all very popular partnered streamers. So doing it on kind of the individual community level versus paying some fucking... I mean, I know they also paid advertising agencies and whatnot to, you know, to make adverts and that kind of thing, because I've seen this game advertised quite a bit. Same with Atlas Fallen. I mean, that game had a lot of advertisement on it, which is impressive. But not as much from a, like, individual, you know, Twitch community standpoint necessarily. But still, excuse me, but still, the fact that they do the dare drop stuff makes me happy, so I'll take what I can get. See, if we look at the Chronicle...
True gods. Those who remember me.
Can I pause it?
For only memory and faith.
I don't know if I can pause it. So, I'm not going to listen to all of it. Obviously, there's a lot we did not get, but we got a good number of them. Especially near the end. Got a good number near the end. But yeah, there's, what was it, 82. 82 entries, my god. I know there's an achievement for getting all of them. It's probably a very low percentage, the number of people who have gotten this one. So let's do a custom scenario. This is just to fulfill the needs of the one Twitch, or the one dare that we are fulfilling. Let's do a custom scenario. I'm probably just going to stick with whatever they give us. I think I could just say randomize. Like use a seed or enter a seed. So you can just click it a bunch. But we'll stick with this. That's fine. The one thing is I'm going to want to make sure there's bad guys somewhere. Because I want to make sure my guys can die. It's important, alright? Same thing here. Just fucking randomize a couple times. I don't know. Just something kind of in the middle. I don't want anything. I don't want any one thing to be like all the way empty. So we'll do that. Enemy settings, sure. Frequent enemies or number of enemies and frequent raids. Sounds great. Initial resources. Pretty good. All nice and moderate, sure. There's plenty of them. Great. Apply and proceed. So here's the part that I was looking for. So these three right here, we'll say Yui. Oh, whoops. Okay. All right, let's be smart about this. So Yui, striping, I guess, and total. It's just total. Not total X clips, but total. Don't talk shit on total. That's a Tourette's guy reference, man. That I'm dating myself. Holy shit. We get dragon. These nuts across your face. We got Arlays. We get this nice lady. So Tegwin. Let us begin. Oh wait, no, hold on. I have to relinquish one more person. Oh, I already clicked her apparently. Okay. Sure. Start scenario. Actually, how? Oh boy, these are not very great subjects. What kind of qualities they have? They're a foodie. They like. Okay. Good against wild folk. Food consumption though. Greedy with food. Oh my. Plus sanity after selling food. Oh, to a trader, that kind of thing. Strong against the Red Horde. He fears company. But he loves exploring. Interesting. Let's start the scenario. So all we have to do is bury one of those Twitch drop subjects into the burial ground. And then we Gucci. And then we're golden. That really means we didn't... I mean, ultimately, we didn't have to play through the scenario. We didn't have to. But I wanted to. I wanted to play through the game, the story mode, just to see what it was like. So I don't regret it, obviously. But for the notion of fulfilling the dares, we could have just skipped this part if we really wanted to. Go ahead and do what I've done in the past. Of course, this is going to be a quick one anyway, so it's not going to matter too much. But kind of have the door facing towards the outside. I will say, what's a good name? The first word I see in the chat, I'm gonna name our settlement. The first word of the next chat message that pops up. So if somebody pops up and says, Femboy, alright, we'll do this, Femboy Hooters. Femboy Hooters, there you go. We can fit it all in. Thank you, Argasa. You've always been extremely helpful when it comes to helping to name our colonists. Now we're naming the settlement. That is what's up. And then you win the scenario by just holding it down, keeping decent sanity. That's all you gotta do. Alright, so of course, do the usual. Lumber mill. Right here. Get the thatchery. Right. Here. There we go. Can I build the burial grounds? Not yet. We need level 2. So that actually happened pretty soon, methinks. Augustus, I am decisive. You're decisive and like... There's probably a word for it, but you provide needed intel the minute it becomes... It becomes a request. He's got the goods on demand. He's got a berserker skull already. That's pretty cool. So we'll have... Let's see, who's like not good at cutting? Who wants to get some experience? The two of you will do the same. Okay, get the burial grounds. Yeah, the growth has got a ways to go. We'll build a forager's hut as well. There we go. Or maybe I'm just always thinking about Femboy Hooters. I respect it. The idea of a Femboy Hooters is tricky because femboys often, not always, but often by design, don't have a whole lot going on in the breasticles, department. Perfectly fine. So really, if I'm opening a Femboy Hooters, I would call it something else. I would call it dingers. Maybe. Also, Shao K, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. We're having a very intellectual conversation about fanboy hooters. Happy to have you join in this meeting of the minds. Actually, that begs the question. No, maybe dongers, or what I say, dingers, dongers. It's too obvious. Pythons? Nah. What's a good fanboy hooter's name? Because the fem part of the word fanboy is important. It can't be like super masculine. You know, it's gotta be, has to have a femininity to it. This is tough. It's a tough one. Shao K is like, what the fuck just happened? Shao K is like, what is going on here? What the shit? It's good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. No, I think the phrase is having a normal one. Having ourselves a normal one. That's the phrase. What kind of dares are we working on? That's the thing. We're actually about to finish this game. That's why I have it queued up to talk about War Stride challenges. We're doing some War Stride challenges after this game wraps up. This game's gonna wrap up pretty dang soon because we got the burial grounds written up here. So here's what's gonna happen. So Yui and Stripin and Total of the Don't Talk Shit on Total variety. Once you get there, I'm gonna have you meet right here. Actually, Stripin, I'm gonna have you continue your thing. We're all gonna meet up here. And we're gonna have our 3 Twitch drop colonists venture out and fight shit, and one of them's gonna die. First one to get got is gonna get buried in the burial grounds. We'll be all set. Python sounds like big. Yeah, exactly. Wrong kind of vibe. Wrong kind of vibe. What kind of fanboy we talking? Good question. The kind of fanboy that works at Hooters, or the fanboy version of Hooters. Call it Willies, Peckers, or members. Members. Members makes me laugh every time. All right, there's Total. All right, don't talk shit on Total. We got it. We got it. I think I will also get an axe pit going. That way, in case these guys get dropped by something scary, then we'll be fine. You know, maybe I should just pick one person. Who's the worst fighter? 2, 2, and 1. All right, Yui, you're going here. Never mind. Yeah, the other guys can chill. Stripin and Total, you guys can chill. You guys can keep doing your thing. Yeah, you work on this thing. You do your reading. You're reading Rainbow. Super thick. Good question. Maybe that's a question. What aspect of the fanboy Hooters is being accentuated? Because for Hooters, it's kind of obvious what part is being accentuated. For fanboy Hooters, it could be thighs, it could be booty, it could be dongers, a little bit of everything, honestly. More feminine, but they still be packing though. They packing some heat. I respect it. I respect it. Do femboys come in different flavors? I'm not an expert, but my gut tells me yes. It had to be a diverse crowd. You know what? Yeah, let's say that. Our femboy Hooters is going to be very diverse, very accepting. And it's not about the femboy. It's not about the girth. It's not about the girthy hog that's on the outside. It's the girthy hog that's on the inside. We say, yeah, you got to be packing some heat. We mean emotional heat, like the ability to be a caring individual. You know, to... Oh, a corpse. That's scary. Yeah, the ability to care for your friends and loved ones. Having a big heart. That's the good shit right there.
Our brother was wounded by a foe.
Super thick. Juicy pears. There you go. Call it juicy pears. There you go. Shao K, you're fucking killing it out here, bud. You're a natural, my friend. You're a natural. We're gonna put Femboy Hooters Restaurateur. We're gonna add that to your resume. Add that to your LinkedIn. And you're gonna get some weird inquests. FYI, some people are gonna hit you up with some questionable things. All right, so Yui's about to get got. Now the thing is, when he gets got, not if, when. Oh, there he goes. Now we have to wait 70 seconds for him to stay got and go from being knocked out to being dead. Also, I think I'm gonna turn... We have a lot of wood. I'm gonna say... Striping with your nose so bright, won't you grab some mushrooms tonight?
Our brother is on his deathbed.
Just getting some mushrooms. I'm gonna have you do the same. We'll have one person, Arlay, or Arlays, do her thing. Juicy pears, yeah. Oh no, I was thinking the name would be Juicy Pears, and that although the name Super Thick would also be acceptable, a little bit on the nose. But I'm thinking like some kind of fun, kind of tacky, kind of quirky name. There he goes. He got. Yui has died. We're all very sad about it. We're all very sad about it. R.I.P. Yui. You're too fast and gone too soon. However, we now have the task to rescue him. Not rescue him, but retrieve his dead body. So I'm gonna say total from one Twitch person to another. Total's gonna help out our homie. Gonna help out our boy. I'm gonna say, all right, go slay the monster that took our buddy from us in an act of vengeance. Actually, before you do that, Total, get the live spring. I'm gonna need it. There might be some scary fights. I guess I cannot provide the juice. The thick steaks, yeah, the thick steaks. The stakes are high and thick, just as they should be. So I gotta get this fella buried to a burial ground within the next 193 seconds. Spider that slayed him is right here. Time to act revenge, or enact revenge rather. All right, now let's grab our buddy. Take him back. Give him a proper warrior's funeral. And I have to tell him. I don't gotta tell him what to do. He instinctively knows. We gotta bury our homie in the burial ground. Now, I have nothing against Yui as far as why I picked him to die. And it was because he was the worst fighter. So I was like, if I need to send somebody to their death, I want this to be efficient. So it made sense. Whereas Total Eclipse and Stripin, they're just chilling. Stripin's already got some fighting experience, as does Total for that matter. So here's the burial ground. No slots are taken of it up with it right now. It's got 0 out of 4. But with this, burying our brother Yui.
Rest now.
There he is. R.I.P. We got so a single flag added, indicating that he's been laid to rest. R.I.P. Yui. What would it say in Diablo 2 when your character would die, when your hardcore character would die? Your deeds of valor shall be remembered. So with that, friends, we're done with Gord. Done with this game.